Mr. Ugly Show starring Mr. Ugly and the Human. Yes, got it!
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Mr. Ugly Show. I am your host, Mr. Ugly. Today we're looking at a somewhat recent release in the Transformers Legacy toy line that resurrects an old baddie you may not be too familiar with, Transmetal II Dragon Megatron. This is Transformers Legacy Transmetal II Dragon Megatron by Hasbro. This figure was released in the Legacy line and then re-released in the Legacy Evolution line. The only changes between the two releases were to the packaging. Other than looking like a total Fire Club wielding dragon head for hand badass, who is this Dragon Megatron and where is he from? Alright, so do you remember the Transformers Beast Wars? Nah. A bunch of Beast Mode Transformers battling out on future Earth? Yep. Optimus Primal leading the Maximals and Megatron leading the Predacons? Both having taken names from the original faction leaders from G1? Yes, I do. No need to rehash the show. Great. So a bunch of them get upgraded into shiny new metal bodies that result in more metallic and robotic-looking beast modes, plus extra powers. Megatron's T-Rex form gets upgraded as well. Megs then steals the original G1 Megatron Spark to merge with his own, and then he gets yeeted into an active volcano. Ooh, toasty. Yeah, well, Megatron doesn't die, but instead he gets upgraded into this new form as a big ol' fire and ice breathing red dragon. The original Transmetal's Dragon Megatron toy was released in 1999 and had all sorts of firing missiles and other gimmicks. This new version of the figure is fairly show accurate to the cartoon CG model, but without all the gimmicks of the original toy. It makes up for that with modern engineering, making some great poses possible. The folks at DNA Design decided they could improve upon this figure even further, and released an upgrade kit. Cue the split screen. Now this upgrade does require some unscrewing and replacing of parts, so if this all looks good to you, and you want to do it to your own Dragon Megatron, just know that it's not a simple snap-on system. The kit includes a new Dragon Mode chest piece, some additional links for the tail, a new posable hand, and some face options to give him various expressions with a look that matches the CG model more accurately. There's also the ridiculous inclusion of a barrister's wig to replicate the court judge look from that one episode. In order to use the wig, you've got to also use their new head bits, so grab a screwdriver and get Megs partially disassembled. The new faces here are meant to be hot swappable so they can peg onto the eyepiece that's already part of the head. Here's what all that looks like. Happy, sad, grumpy, judgy. But we prefer the face and translucent orange visor from the stock Hasbro figure, so we'll be keeping those and putting these new faces and the wig back in the box. The new articulated hand is a very welcome improvement. Even though it's only the forefinger that's articulated, it allows you to do some commanding poses now. The plastic color matching is almost perfect too. The new Dragon Mode chest forms a more pleasing backpack for Megs. Instead of just the whole ass chest hanging off the back of his neck, the new chest piece is double hinged in the middle, so you can choose how to collapse it for robot mode. Okay, I guess there's not much else to say about the robot mode improvements, so let's go to Dragon Mode. Okay, I gotta say, the DNA Designs upgrades are a bit on the subtle side in Dragon Mode, but they really do have an appreciable effect overall. I like the Dragon Mode as originally conceived and executed by Hasbro. I think it matches the CG model pretty well, but these upgrades from DNA Design add just that extra layer of frosting on this red velvety cake of death and destruction. Well, that sounded kind of tasty. Did I skip lunch again? Anyway, the Dragon Mode offers tons of articulation, from the wingtips to the wings themselves to the neck joints and tail pieces. The dragon head looks mean with the gold teeth and horns and those narrowed, squinty eyes. The flame effect is a solid translucent orange plastic piece with some really nice sculpting. It plugs into his mouth so you can simulate battles with Primal. The additional tail segments are quite lovely and match the color and design of the stock tail bits pretty well. Can you tell which ones are from the upgrade kit? I like the new Dragon Mode chest from DNA Design. It matches the look of the original, and it was designed around the stock toy Spark Crystal. Though the instructions on applying the upgrade are brief and consist of pictures with no text, it wasn't that hard for the human to figure it out. You know, I believe I've said in previous episodes that I did not watch the Beast Wars show. To date, I've only seen a few episodes here and there. It was definitely designed for kids with the silly voices and some very cartoonish gags, but these toy designs were pure fire for some of these characters. Dragon Megatron is one of those characters that just looked cool to me, even though I had no context for him at the time. I really like this legacy version of the toy with the detailed scales, the translucent orange plastic, and even some light piping in his head, which is fairly rare these days. It would have been extra cool if he came with the Freeze Breath Effect Part 2, since he could do both fire and ice blasts in the show. It also would have been nice if DNA came up with some way to better fix the gappiness in his chest in Dragon Mode, but what we did get is pure awesome.
Yeah, I think this is in the top 3 Megatrons that you own, buddy. I dig both the Dragon Mode and the Robot Mode. The stock figure's face sculpt may not be show accurate, but it fits with the updated realistic style scales and sculpting on the figure. The DNA Design upgrade kit really helps add that extra oomph to this figure, and I'm glad we decided to pull the trigger on that. You know, now that we spent some time with him, I can never unsee the fact that his Dragon Mode is basically hugging his Robot Mode's chest from the inside. I bet you guys can't unsee that now either. Well, folks, that's it for Transformers Legacy Transmetal II Dragon Megatron and the DNA Design upgrade kit for him, DK40. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Hey, give us a like to let us know that you did. And if you're new here, welcome. And maybe click that subscribe button and then the bell to get notifications when we put out new videos. We know you have a choice when wasting time on the internet, and we appreciate you wasting some of it with us. Until next time, mwah!